I will start that again if that's right. So, yes, so, well, no, I don't need to. So I just said we're not doing the Tibetan meditation, but welcome. We are actually going to do breath work today. And I've had to make some notes because it's a little while since I've. Hello, Amber.
Hi guys, I don't know, I'm trying to set up Matt's workstation so that he can just jump in when he's back. Oh, there he is. Never mind, I'm gonna turn this one off.
Right, so it's always fun here, isn't it? Hi, Matt. Um, I'm hoping this is going to work for you in the car, Matt, but I'm sure you will find a creative way to join in. Um, but I really, with this sort of new moon energy coming in and this kind of leading, I was just like, gosh, there's been so much for everybody. I think everyone's been going through quite challenging times, and I think everyone's been feeling a little bit icky and discombobulated. And then suddenly everything seems to be shifting, and the new horizons come in, and I was like, I feel the need to revitalize myself. And so, what I thought, whereas what I was going to do is a really passive meditation for the energy circuits, um, I thought, no, actually, I think we need a bit of revitalization first, and then we'll do the Tibetan one or the Tao. It's a Tao one actually, um, next week, for the energy circuits because it's a very passive way of making sure you're containing your own energy. But I thought it would give everyone the chance to just revitalize their energy with their breath work first. Um, and you can do that a few times over the course of the week to then actually see how it is to contain our energy in our circuits. So, the this is what I learned as a shamanic practice about probably about 7 8 years ago, and I really hated it when I first learned it. So I'm just warning you that for some people love it straight off, but some people like me find it really quite hard work and quite a lot of effort. I'm not going to push it today to the extent that we pushed it when we learned it because I was on a shamanic retreat. So we were expected to do 45 minutes of breath work, and today we're not going to do any of that. So, but it's like once you know the process, you can start to expand it as feels right for you. Um, and the idea is that we're infusing both the luminous conduit, which I think we've talked about quite a bit, but I'll just mention for Suzanne that this this luminous conduit that starts right up in the heavens at source energy with God, whatever you call that, sort of beyond the universe. It could be for you the elements and the sun and the moon and the stars, and that then is like a beam of light that comes down through us. That energy that connects us into that divine, and then it runs all the way down through us and into the very center of the earth, and it feeds through all of that. So it feeds through the soils and the rocks and the gemstones and the rivers and the underground woods or whatever's there. It's like all of that that you're kind of tapping into. And like the subtle energy stuff, that this is where you start to see in all these different practices, there there is this continuum of what everyone's pointing to. Um, this is a much more energetic way of doing almost the subtle energy. So we're kind of building the fire. So if anyone's ever done that yoga breathing where you build the fire in the belly. There's this isn't quite as grabby on the energy. It's more about you finding flow. It's more about allowing your breath to breathe you. Um, so the first thing is how we sit. So you're fine to sit in a chair. If you wish to do it standing, you can. I found it easier to stand to start with. Um, you can sit cross-legged if you wish. Whatever feels right to you is absolutely fine. Okay. The only proviso is to have your knees below your hips. So if you decide to sit cross-legged, maybe just sit on a little cushion so your knees are below your hips. Okay. And then, is there any questions so far? Everybody okay? So then, because we're going to use our hands and our arms as a way of directing the energy, and it's about, it helps with intention and focus. And isn't it? So you can have your hands like this, so you have a prayer position, or you can have them like this. I believe that's meant to be easier for a lot of people, having the hands just like that, because it actually is less wearing on the muscles. Now, I actually struggle quite a lot keeping like this all the time. I'm very, very short. I don't know if you know. I'm very short in my arms here, so I find it quite tiring. So we need to be able to have the hands up above, and then you also want to be able to have them, I can't get them in there, so you put them behind your back down here, pointing downwards as well, okay? So, but if, like, Matt might find this a bit of a struggle sat in a car, so the other thing you can do is just hold your hands here and then hold them either side of your hips. And and it's like, and you can do variations. So often I quite like here, because my channel's quite wide as well. You don't want it too wide, Suzanne, though. Kind of, you want something that's gonna hopefully direct, or it's here, because your luminous conduit runs in the top of your head, and then it runs down the central, almost where your central nervous system is. So you want it here around, because your crown chakra is about there. So you're trying to help direct the energy down through this crown chakra. And you want to have your back as just as straight as possible, shoulders down. That's the bit I find hard up here, it's keeping your shoulders down. But you can refine these things as you go, so don't get too in your head about it for the start, okay? And then we're going to do belly breathing, okay? So just, if you put your hand on your heart, one hand on your heart and one on your belly, okay? And the thing with it, we breathe all the way into the belly, and then you're going to breathe out through the nose in just little puffs. You're going, but you want to try and breathe. What you're doing is you want to focus on the out breath, and you should, when you do it, if you're doing it right, you should feel the hand on the belly moving rather than this one. And then you just going to find your own rhythm. So it might be I've gone a bit off fast now, because so let's all just have a practice. Okay. How's everyone feeling with that? Is everyone okay? And it's about, so what, could you hear me breathing? I was trying to be noisy.
Yeah.
But what I will do is I'll step away, because what I found, it was, I mean, if you're auditory, it's very difficult when you can hear somebody else. So I'll move back so that you hopefully can't hear me breathing when I'll do that bit, and then I'll come a bit forward to speak. And it's just about finding your own breath. So when you can build up. So my normally rhythm would kind of be, yeah, but it took me a long time to get to that. So it's not about, but whatever feels right for you, it's like find your rhythm and then allow the breath to breathe you, if that makes sense. You're right, Cece. What's up? Right.
Question. Two questions. One, it seems odd. It seems to have the channel coming down, the hands open, make more sense than them pointing up in the yoga gesture. And I just,
Because your luminous conduit coming down through your crown
mhm.
is quite a narrow, so we're using that as a guide,
Okay,
and that is the trick.
great.
So if you struggle to do that,
Yeah,
that's okay. It's about pinpointing that energy.
good. And thank you. And then the second, I'm sorry, you breathe in. Can you repeat the breathing pattern? And it sounded like it was a fast exhale.
No, so what I'm saying is it's whatever feels right for you.
But it's through the
You breathe
nose.
in through the nose into the belly,
Mhm.
fill up the belly, and then you're gonna,
Through the nose.
yeah,
Okay.
breathing, pushing out. I'm trying to be noisy so you can hear me, but so you're just pushing, so that belly's pushing.
Thank you.
Otherwise, it's if you go lightheaded, it's because you're breathing with the lungs. Whereas if you breathe with the belly, you won't. Okay,
All right. Thank
and
you.
you'll find that you're getting your head sometimes, and the breathing will go off, and then you just come back to the belly. Just start again. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So, okay. What's next? Okay. Yeah. So this is about then trying to build this luminous energy field. So bringing it in through the channel, but it infuses everything like it does with the subtle energies and creates a reservoir for health and vitality. That's what we're kind of focusing on today. And so once we've done the breathing, so we do that for about 1 minute. Okay, we start off actually going down to Pachamama, hands behind the back in that, pointing down. And then we do the breath, breathe in, breathe out, and then we're going to do a big breath in, which I call the cleansing breath. So you breathe all the way in again, and then you're going to breathe all the way out, cleansing breath. And then we're going to do what we call 3 breaths as one. We go, okay, and in that, holding that breath, we not only do we oxygenate the body, but it's going to help us. Holding the breath steps us outside of space and time. So we step into that real quiet stillness, the potential to be reborn. And then when we're in that cleansing, so we do 3 breaths and we hold the breath, you're then going to pulse your perineum. So that's the muscle that stops you urinating. It's the muscle that women use for perinatal exercises. And you're going to pulse it. So just have a practice now. And you're just going to pulse the perineum as if it's on the rhythm of the earth. So squeeze and release. And squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Okay? Everyone all right with that? I will be guiding you through this, but there's just, I wanted to make sure people understood what on earth I was talking about before we started. Yeah, and we then use that pulsing to draw the energy up. So, you know, normally if I'm teaching this, I'll go into the whole experience, but because we do this every week, we're gonna go down into the earth, and then you're going to pulse the energy. As you pulse, you're drawing the energies up into the system. That's your energy from earth. And then when we go above, we'll be pulsing the energies down from the heavens. And you can ask, you know, what's available for me today in that? What's available for me to draw on for my highest good, for my highest health and well-being? And just, you know, at some level it can be a process of active imagining, but like we've said, once we imagine it, we're creating it in the world. Yeah, and you'll just get a feel of those rhythms. Okay, let me see. Yeah, so then we're going to, once we've done all of that, we do it 3 times to really build the charge, and then we're going to go up to our 8th chakras, have a little feel, and we're going to draw the 8th chakra around us. Has everyone done that before? I know you won't have, Suzanne. But yeah, this is our 8th chakra up here, and then we can dive inside with our palms and pull it around us, and then we're going to check it. Everyone's going to check their own energy bubble, and see if there's any tears or any bits that need healing. And it's not a mental emotional exercise, just see what's there. And you can even do it in your mind's eye, or you can get your hands, and then you can turn it around so you can see the back, and then you can just smooth it down, reweave your field to feel wonderful. And then I'll just do a little bit of a revitalization bit just through the chakras to pull in the energies. And then what we will do is we will step into that space of holding space for whoever wants to be held space. Now, I know last time, Cece, you didn't have a chance, did you? And Katie, did we hold space for you? No?
Amber also, or Katie. I guess Katie and I were the ones last time.
Okay. So if you two want first dibs on this, you can have first dibs, and then Matt and Suzanne can. If not this time, we'll do another time anyway. And what we'll do this time is whoever's in the centre will take their Viracocha off themselves, and then we will all put our Viracochas over them, which is how you deal with. Sorry, Zizi?
What's a Wirapacha?
Viracocha is the energy field.
Oh, the energy field. Okay, got it.
So this is like a way of putting your gold over them. So everybody then puts their gold over the person, and then they can sit and fully receive and be held in those energies. Being mindful that this is divine energy. This 8th chakra is what links you to source. Yeah, so you're being held in that. If the person didn't want everyone's Viracochas over and they want to stay in their own bubble but just be held with strong intention, that's fine too. It's whatever feels right for you. But putting your Viracocha over someone else, you know, will have done the revitalization, you've done the weaving, so you can see how that feels. We can always work different ways. Got another mat coming in the room. So is everybody ready to
one quick question. Is there any time when we're breathing out through our mouth instead of our nose?
No.
Okay, that's
Is
all
that
I needed.
okay?
Yeah. I just wanted to clear. Thanks. Good.
So I'm just gonna mute everybody. And presuming there aren't any more questions yet. No. So just going to ask you just to take a moment and just set an intention as well. So I'm doing this just as a revitalization exercise for the highest health and well-being of everyone. That's kind of the space I'm holding. But if you have an intention that you want to add to that for your highest good, then just take a moment just to settle into yourself. And obviously feel free to switch off your camera if you'd rather do this bit in your own privacy. Okay. So just taking your hands and putting them behind your back. Just make sure the shoulders are nice and wide. And just relax down, make sure there's space between your ears. And you're just going to become aware of your luminous conduit as it drops all the way down into Pachamama, Mother Earth, Gaia. It's all the way down into those rich dark soils, the waters, the crystals and the gems. All the way down into the very core of the earth. Just really get a sense of Mother Earth, that energy that's always there for you. And taking a nice deep breath into the belly, just start your breath work. Just find your rhythm. Just focus on the out breath. And just allow yourself to stop. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. And we're just going to breathe in 3 breaths as one. And just hold the breath. And then just going to pulse. Pulse through the peritoneum. Drawing up that beautiful energy from the earth. Pulling it into that first chakra. And allowing it to be pulled all the way up the body. Filling you with that beautiful energy of the earth. If you lose the breath, just take another 3 breaths as one. And hold and pulse. And release. Just allow your hands to just return to your lap for a minute. And just sit in that energy. And then bringing your hands above your head. We're now connecting into that higher cosmic energy, the energy of source, the element. And just take a nice deep breath into the belly and begin your breath work. And release. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. And release. And then breathe in, 3 breaths as one. And hold, so you're sitting outside of space or time. And just pulse the energies down from the cosmos, from that energy of source, the divine, great spirit, God, whatever that word is for you. Just remember you can reset at any time by just breathing in 3 breaths as one. And release. And just allowing you to return to your lap. And just allow yourself to sit in that energy. And again, return your hands to behind your back. connect to that energy of Pachamama, Mother Earth. And just taking a nice deep breath into the belly to start your breath work. And release. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. 3 breaths as 1. And pull. And pulls all that beautiful energy up into your body, revitalizing, nourishing, cleansing. Coming up all the way from the center of the earth. And release. And just return your hands to your lap. Just really feel that energy flowing in your system. And then we bring the hands up above the head again. And connect again to that energy of soul. Really get a sense, a feel of that. Take a nice deep breath again. Into the belly. Just focusing on the out breath, bringing your breath work. And release. Deep cleansing breath. 3 breaths as 1. And pulse the energies down from source. Whatever feels right for you. It might be the sun, it might be the moon. Just draw that energy, that vitality from that. Just pulsing that mixture of heaven and allowing it to mingle with that mixture of earth that you've drawn up. And release. And then one more round, we'll go to the behind the back. I'm just going to really set intention just to clear out anything that's remaining to allow full vitality. And as we're sitting that infinite space outside of space and time, that we can allow the potentiality of perfect health and healing, perfect well-being, that latching to that blueprint of vitality that is our birthright. And taking a nice deep breath into the belly, we begin our breath work. Lovely. Nice cleansing breath. 3 breaths as one. And pulse that energy up from the earth. Drawing that beautiful energy all the way up into you. Notice if it's changed, what it feels like on this 3rd round. Infuses your body. And release. And just return to your life. And raising the hands again to the heavens. You're just going to take a nice deep breath into the belly. And just start your breath. And release. And take a nice deep cleansing breath. My hands should still be above the head. 3 breaths as one. And pulse the energy down from heaven. Drawing down that beautiful energy. And it might come from somewhere else this time. You might have a sense that it's drawing from somewhere specific. Or you may be drawing from the whole universe. control the source energy. Just notice how it feels for you at this time. As you pull that beautiful cosmic energy down into you. And allow that all to mix together, that beautiful mixture of heaven and earth, infusing your body. And you may feel it, you may just know it. There might be a sense, or you may even have some visual clues. Notice what it feels like for you, what your senses are. And release. And this time you're going to keep your hands up. Then we're going to come inside the Viracocha and just pull it all the way around them. Slowly, all the way down to the ground. And then you're just going to have a look with your mind's eye. If there's any places that you think need reweaving, are there any spots that you're drawn to in this beautiful woven? To me, it always looks like it's almost golden. It's not quite silver, it's like silvery white threads all running through it. And you just want to see if there's any bits that look that you just need reweaving. You can do it in your mind's eye, or you can just take your hand and just reweave. And just make sure at the bottom that it's all beautiful as well. Don't overthink it, just recreate it. And then you can just turn it round. That's what I like to do. Some people just do it behind, but I actually turn mine round. And then I check the back seams, especially. Make sure those back seams are all intact. There's no fraying at the bottom. It just needs a hand going over it to reweave. Or however is right to you. You know, like when we use our cleaning tools with the subtle energies, this is the weaving tool. And when you've done that, just make sure you turn it back round. So you have this perfect, beautiful, divine garment. And I just want you to sit in this for a bit. This beautiful mixture of heaven and earth. And this is the time to really settle back into that third eye, into that small butterfly-shaped space in the center of your brain. That portal to the divine. Just relax back into that space, and then from there you can become aware of your root chakra and allow that to be infused with that mixture of heaven and earth. And that red color, just allow this luminous energy to make that red of the first chakra even more vibrant. And then coming to the energy of the sacral, the second chakra, which is in the lower part of the belly. that orange color of that second chakra, just allow that to really, again, become lighter, more vibrant, more energized, more balanced. Then coming to the yellow of the third chakra, it's just underneath the ribs, that very center point. Allow that yellow to be infused with this mixture of heaven and earth. With the freedom and the light. And coming up to the heart chakra. Just allowing the green and pink of the heart chakra to just expand in its luminosity. Really feel that loving feeling emanating from there. As it lightens with that mixture of heaven and earth, love and compassion radiate. Is your vitality center as well. And feel the gratitude. All these energies coming together and combining. And come up to the throat chakra. And beautiful, I call it that certainty blue, that beautiful, rich blue. Allow them to lighten and open. To be able to speak from the heart. And then we bring that energy, that mixture of heaven and earth into the third eye, into that kind of indigo-y purple color. And allow that to be enriched. Expanded. Whatever feels right for you, just notice that transformation. And then we're coming up to the violet and gold of the crown chakra. And just allow that to be infused with that mixture of heaven and earth. Be revitalized and opened, almost like the petals of the lotus blossoming. And notice how your channel at this point is expanding. Just allow your awareness to become on the whole of that luminous conduit. It's available to you, it's always there. We're just putting our awareness on it as it meets from the heaven all the way down into the earth through us. And how that mixture of heaven and earth, allow it to go to the organs where it's needed. Allowing it to Revitalize the physical system as well as the energetic. Infusing the meridians, releasing any block. Revitalizing the flow of blood and the lymph. Allowing it to go deep inside every cell. And all the fibers and soft tissues of your being. Okay, so staying in your beautiful space, if you'd like to put your, you don't have to put the cameras back on, but I can't see who would like to have a solo session. So I think let's put our cameras back on if we can. And who would like to sit in the soup of everyone holding space for them this week? Amber's always there. Well, should we let Katie, you didn't have a go last week, so we do Katie, and then we'll do CC, and then we'll see where we're at. Is that okay? And if anyone else wants to go off of that. Yeah. So, Katie, are you happy for everyone to put their Wirra coach over you, or would you rather? Yes, you're happy for that. So you can either take yours off, or we can add ours to yours, whichever you prefer. Are we adding to yours? I can't hear you for some reason.
I'm going to take mine off.
Okay. So what you're going to do is just reach down underneath and grab the edges of it, and then just bring it back up. Bring it back up all the way up into this 8th chakra. Now, and this might feel different now. You might notice it's like, and then all I want you to do is I want you to just take some little quantum, some threads of energy, and I want you to pull them all the way back down through you. So not the whole thing, so you're kind of just bringing a mixture, a bit of that heaven and earth. Just pull it all the way down to your feet. Just so that it carries on running through you. Lovely. And then everybody else, do you just want to set an intention, Katie, for what you'd like to work on? So you can just take a moment to just do that. And then everyone else should have their Wirra over them. And then are you ready, Katie? Okay. So then you're going to reach up, and then you're just going to imagine putting your Wirra over Katie and around her. With really strong intent, there's no different, just to hold that highest gold for her and keep her in this beautiful bubble of light. But we're just going to do the same practice as last week so that Katie can just sit with whatever she wants. And
Thank you.
Okay. So everyone, I'm just going to take your Viracocha back off Katie. So you just go and kind of scoop it off her, and then you bring it back into your space. Okay. And just relax now. Well done, Katie. Got yours back. Okay, so we're going to do CC now.
And my apologies, guys. I mixed myself up. So I put my hand up thinking we were doing something different. I already went last week, so I knew we were holding the space for whoever didn't. But there we go.
I know, Amber, it's fine. I like the enthusiasm anyway. Well, I have to say that was very tingly for me. It was like everybody's energy is together with us. Could you feel it, Katie?
No, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't there. I'm just, I've had a lot of mental chatter, so I don't know. I'd be surprised if anything could get through that, the mental chatter wall that I have right now. But yeah, I just rested in it, and I actually kind of had a cool knowing that even if my, you know, there's a lot of chatting going on in my head, that I could just receive it anyways on an energetic level and let it do its thing, even if I was not consciously aware of it.
Well, it was very sparkly. And at one point it just looked like you had a sparkler above your head towards the end. So it was quite interesting.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna take that to the bank.
But I just loved everyone's energy. I could just feel the mix. It was so rich. So
I don't know why, but I felt you sort of stretching and basking in it. And at one point, turning with your hands outstretched. Probably just my mind playing tricks on me, but that's how I felt you.
Well, I was like, physiologically, I was having a hot flash and had to take off my sweater. And then I was like, I can't take off any more clothes. So I'm like, I'll put my forearm on my desk, which is cold.
Oh.
So, yeah. But hey, it's all part of the plan.
And it's a really good, sometimes actually having these, because when you're doing your chakras, you're rebalancing your endocrine system as well. So
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be
Thank you
to
all.
actually try and, I know you do some breath works every day anyway, do you? You do quite a lot of breath work.
I haven't been doing it that often, to be honest. So
but maybe this is one to do again, because it's that infusion of the chakras and sitting out.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
So CC, have you got something you'd like to sit with? You don't have to tell us what it is, obviously. It's just...
Give me a moment.
You just tell us when you're ready.
Okay.
Right. The practice, obviously, we were doing last time was to try and drop underneath it all, wasn't it? And see where, to be able to touch that point of love that's the origin of it all. That's the kind of goal in something like that, a bit. And also to allow whatever to happen happens. So if you're ready, we're gonna, have you taken
ready? I'll take mine off.
Yeah, so you need to reach underneath and pull it all the way up. Yeah, just metaphorically. So like palms up. You're pulling it back up to your, there we go, into that 8th. And then just pull a couple of strands all the way back down to the earth. Just a couple of strands, that's it. Let them come all the way through. Just go anchoring all the way. You don't have to bend over. Energy will go where there's intention. Okay, and then we shall all put our Viracochas. I'm just going to pull mine back, so I just took mine off. And I'm going to put them put it over Cece with great intention.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Stand up for a moment. Mhm. Yeah, I've got to.
1 minute, Cece. 1 minute, 1 minute. Let us just take there'll be a cut.
Oh, right, sorry.
Otherwise it'll get weird. So.
Yeah. Please take it off.
Well, just bring it back into your feet. Okay.
And then I bring my own down again.
You can have a shake off first if you want.
I do.
You bet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and if you want, you can put yours back on. Does anyone else want to be in there? Oh, Matt? No? Amber? Amber, you want another go?
No, I want him to because he totally needs it. Yesterday when I saw him, he was like a puppy who was so lost and sad, and I'm just like, oh, so you have to go today.
I know, but we're all autonomous and it's our own choice, isn't it? So it's fine. How did everyone experience having their Wirracotchers over each other? Did anyone notice anything or have any feel?
Just made me so happy. It was really funny. I couldn't keep the smile off my face.
Yeah, I feel like that as well. It was like I could feel everybody as well. It was like, and then it was shifting, and then occasionally you could feel it drop, and then everyone would rise up again, and it would all. And then I have to say, with yours, Cece, there's a crystal that I came across years ago, and I've not seen, and it was like it's called the Crystal of Saint Germain, and it just kind of it just kind of went into your body. It was like there was loads of stuff leaving, and then suddenly that just came in and just went.
Thank you.
I was like, oh wow, that was so cool. I was
Well,
like,
I did.
that is
I
in
had
your body system now.
excellent. I can, yeah, because I could feel when I went dark, and then I was like, okay, and then just claim the light coming back in, and like, okay, it's clearing, it's clearing, it's clearing. It was interesting.
Did anyone else notice those shifts out of interest, where it was dropping and rising? Yeah. And if you do, you do. If you don't, it's fine. But it's noticing it's those subtle, all that subtle awareness that we've been doing. I know Suzanne said. If I've muted you before, so I don't know whether it can unmute you. Hello?
Hello?
There we go. We can hear you now.
No. Oh, you can hear me now.
So you were saying you kept smiling.
That was very interesting.
Yeah. What do you want to
I could feel my hands. My hands were throbbing, like this warmth or whatever was coming off my hands. It was weird, mad, really good though.
Oh, that's cool. It's like, and we all feel things or sense things differently, you know. So, are you sure nobody wants another session? No. You can do it with your camera switched off if that would make you feel more happy.
Emma, do you want one?
Oh yes, go on then.
Oh, you muted, my love.
I am.
There you go.
No, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
we can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay. Do you want to keep your energy, your energy field on, or do you want to take it off?
I'm going to be a bit cheeky. I am going to hold it on because, just because I'm the one who always raises the gold to summit.
Okay.
I know we're all doing it together, but when you've not, this is kind of
Yes.
the first time you've done this, so I'm just going to make sure that it doesn't, that it just stays at a certain vibration. Just help that if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
And then when
Nice.
everyone's used to it a little bit more and can hold it up, then we'll I can take it off. But it won't make much difference because it's all spirit, isn't it? So I'll have to think, what shall I well, I'm going to do it around money actually, and how I hold money, because I didn't think I'd got any hang-ups about money, but it's funny once you start getting into trying to develop your business or look at different ways of growing, that I've come across these kind of limiting beliefs or there's limitations. And I've noticed, because I've had a Buddhist mentor, that a lot of stuff since I've had her as my mentor has impacted that as well, because obviously, even though we've not talked about our belief systems much, there's obviously been some little ripple through that I keep thinking, oh, I can't do that, it's not very Buddhist. So I'm going to sit with that. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because it's as well, we have all these views about, there's little judgments that come through society around, Elon Musk. I mean, it's kind of like that thing with money and the devil, isn't it? Almost.
Mm.
I mean, I've triggered Amber and everybody.
Maybe we can do some sessions for the group on all of that.
That's your goal, yeah.
Big deal. Yeah.
So I'm actually going to sit with that for planetary consciousness, I think.
Cool. Are you ready for us to put our patches on you?
Yeah, please. Sparkly one. Whoa. That's so freaking cool. I was just gonna sit in there. Ah. Ah. It's so cool. I can't, and there is nothing else. Oh, that was good. Thank
We'll
you.
take our rare patches back.
And then you're going to take your Wirracotchers off yourselves. Reach down, bring them back. Just feel that 8th chakra, just feel the quality of it now. And I'm just going to just pull some strands down through. Just the few little quantums of energy coming down. My third eye is just going. Oh, I liked that.
So glad that you let us do that for you, Emma.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Katie, for suggesting that.
It was such a pleasure.
It was the biggest buzz. We should have maybe done it for everybody. We'll have to do it another time, won't we? So that everyone gets to just feel the energy. It's just like you just end up with layers and layers and layers. It's like, yeah, it's interesting. So how did that? Just unmute yourselves, or we can all chat. How was that compared to running the subtle energies? What did you feel that was different? What did you see in each of them that I like both for different reasons? I probably do more of the subtle energies than I do this, but I've been getting suspicious of myself that I need to do more of this.
I really enjoyed that actually, and I could feel a sort of energy coming from me toward you, in a sense, like it was pulling away from me.
Okay.
You know.
Did you do the video from the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you notice? Did it feel? Because it feels quite different, I think, in some ways.
Yeah, definitely very different.
And yet the premise, in some ways, is the same.
Yeah.
You're running the same energy circuits and stuff. Anyone else got anything they want to share?
I noticed that the energy builds as we're doing it. So like, even just going first, like I kind of felt like the energy was just kind of getting turned on. And then by the time you went, it was just amplified. And I catch myself sometimes thinking like, okay, holding the gold, like what does that look like? And like trying to find a mental picture. And there was a point where I'm like, what does gold feel like? And all of a sudden I just felt like my heart like expand, and I was like, oh, that's what it feels like. But like I find like with a lot of these things, my mind's trying to create a congruent image to match whatever your instructions are. And that's actually like a detriment to being present in the activity. But I think it's a necessary step to go through, because there are instructions and minds do that, but minds can also be, told to stand down. So I just find that like I notice that the experience builds as we're doing it, whether we're doing the subtle energy field or this, that it becomes easier and more intensified as we go through. And maybe that's just because I need a little warming up,
No, but I do think
I echo that, Katie.
You're not muted, Emma, but for some reason I can't hear you. There we go.
I'll
Yeah,
come a bit
sometimes
closer.
it doesn't grab you when you're further away.
Yeah, I will. I'll sort out a mic. Although I bought this computer because it was meant to have multiple microphones and picking up all directions, but I don't think
It's not, you're hard to hear a lot of the time.
yeah, it's mine. Bum, bum, bum. No, it's one of the problems, isn't it, with teaching, I suppose. And I'm trying not to be too teachy, but you can't help, you know, when you're trying something new, isn't it? It's getting into that rhythm of it. And like you say, the understanding, and it's like the subtle energy stuff. Normally, when they teach it from scratch, they take a really long time, and I just went, oh, let's just do it. So
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like sometimes I'm probably throwing stuff out there that other people might take 6 weeks to actually teach what it is, and I'm just going, let's just experience it and see what happens. So maybe that's
Love that.
a bit ambitious at times, but I try not to
No,
be.
I love it.
I love.
That's
I
great.
if we trust ourselves to handle whatever shows up in whatever way we can, bring it on
Exactly. And at some
and
level,
have fun.
even if the mind's having a load of thoughts, at some level, the unconscious is that energetic body is tapping into it all at the level it needs to, isn't it?
Yeah. For me, I got more of a instead of doing the channel down and the channel up, and which we've been doing for a while, and I've been getting more adept at. This was adding the how do you say it? The not Pachamama, but the
Wirikocha.
what?
The Wirikocha it is.
Wirikacha. Okay. Adding all that in, and then adding everybody's, it got much bigger. And when I went up to like my third eye and my basically opened the door and looked out to my field that I have, it was way bigger. So there was just a sense of expansion, which is really beautiful. And then doing it all around and all that, just it expanded from a narrow to a whew. So
Such a good observation.
yeah, that's good. Nice.
And a nice result as well, you know. So she's tapping into all of that beautifully. I mean, it's much more energizing doing it with the breath work.
Yes.
But there's time, but you're also at some level you're building a fire. So when we progress it, you're building a little fire in the belly. Now, some people do and some don't. So Berta will do it without, but when I've done it, I don't know, Matt might. Have you done this, Matt, with your martial arts work? Did you do breath work and stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah, we do lots and lots of breath work, but for different reasons and from a completely different mindset, which is what it really makes this interesting. We're coming from a completely different place. So
Right, okay. Because one of the guys, I think he was in Qigong. Have you done that? Because one of the guys I originally learnt from, although he was doing it from a shamanic point of view, went out training Qigong. Now he did it much more that you built a fire in your belly, and because the fire in the belly fuels the heart and the third eye. So you've got these other 3 energy centers, and it's this belly one. So if you're overthinking and you're not listening to your heart or your gut, that's why you can get so exhausted, because you're fueling up here, whereas you need to fuel the belly for the heart and the mind to draw their energy. That's where they get their energy from. And so he'll do a lot more around getting that fire going and pulling the fire energy up. And it's like, even in Reiki, you have it's the violet flame in the belly that you're connecting with, and you hold the peritoneum the same. So.
I gotta go. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nice
Bye-bye.
to see you. Take care.
Oh,
So,
wonderful.
anyway, thank you all for
Thank you.
indulging me again. I hope it was useful, and I'll get the recording out again, and then
Yeah,
I think at some point what would be handy is for me to cut out the meditation bits, probably, so that
I enjoy
know
the
what I mean?
conversation bits too, so it's all
Yeah.
beautiful.
I know, just thinking, if you want to be able to dock into something on a daily basis, mind you, we can just say, maybe I can go and look where that's where it is.
Yeah.
Because that's what I think I'm going to try and do this. It might not be every day, but I'm going to try and do it as many days as I can before next week. So that's what I'd invite you to do.
What I find I can do is I can play the recording, and I can have my cell phone, and I can hit record on the cell phone when the beginning of the exercise starts,
Right.
and play through the exercise, so then I can hit the cell phone and I just have the exercise to follow.
Cool.
And that seems to help, work.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. But it would be quite helpful so I will get there at some point.
Either way, it's all wonderful. Yeah.
So yeah.
And sometimes even if we notice, we can always put in, actually, until you do whatever you wish to do, when I get to the meditation part, I'll just put the marker under the recording that's where the meditations.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or feel free to share in the group, it starts at this, because that if anyone does it before I do, which is
okay.
So
exactly. Then it's a group effort and not just dependent on.
that'd be really nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then we can all see how we are.
And encouragement to do it too. Once we have your reminders, so thank you. Oh well, that excuse, darn it. All right.
I just think this is a really good time to, like we're coming into spring, aren't we? It's that new moon. It's a time to really revitalize and
clear and get energized for the spring.
Yeah, and then next week we'll do it's a very, very simple one, and it's where we helps us to keep our circuits going.
That'd be good.
But it's very passive, so it's almost the extreme opposite. But I almost feel, actually doing this one to get going, but then you're going to have this nice repertoire of things to tap into as well.
Thank you.
I do agree that it would be lovely to do it for the group, so everybody can have this to move on towards the spring lightness. I don't know. I really, I got such a kick out of holding that for you guys today, and I thought it was just, I don't know, it's fun.
It really was, and being with it all was really cool. So yeah, well, maybe we'll do the Gateway to Heaven meditation next time, which isn't really a meditation, but I'll play some Tom music while we're doing it. And then we'll do the Wirikochas again for people who want to experience that, even if it's just to be under it. So, just to see what that feels like. And you might not know, some people, like Katie, didn't notice it, but actually she probably did. And she might go away and then realize that, actually at that point
it was probably the darned hot flash that got her distracted. But regardless,
but how
I think
do you know that the energy was so intense that it can invoke those kind of things, can't it? So,
yeah.
Anyway, thank you all, everybody. I've overrun as usual.
Very cool.
Totally wonderful. Absolutely fabulous. So thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
Lovely to see everyone.
Love to see you all.
See you next
Wonderful. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. bye bye, everybody.
Bye.